Another day of adventure. So today we're actually heading in the direction of Port Augusta. We're leaving Coober Pedy at the moment. We've all got full tanks of petrol. The bikes have all been looked at after those dirt roads. You know, chain clean, re-lube, all that type of stuff. Yeah, it's mainly a tarmac ride home. We're heading home, but it's going to take us about 3 or 4 days. We're now heading out of, or we're already out of Coober Pedy. We're just on the outskirts, and yeah, I'm not too sure what the name of the next town is, but it's quite a fair distance, and we're going to have to fill up there with fuel as well. It's a pretty boring ride, this dirt highway. There's not much to see, just desert and maybe a few opal mines around here and there, but that is it. Okay, the weather forecast for today is 24 degrees Celsius, sunshine, no rain. You ripper. Yeah, the last couple of days have been pretty interesting in a sense. I mean, originally we were supposed to go to Woomera, and we found out that the pub that we wanted to go to, which is an old historical pub, was actually closed for renovations. So we decided not to go that way, and plus Darren had a few electrical issues on the Triumph, so we decided to go from William Creek over to Coober Pedy. And just as well we did, because the Woomera track was open on the day if we wanted to go, but is now all closed. All roads going into and out of Woomera are closed. So a blessing in disguise. Otherwise we would have been stuck there for about 2 or 3 days with no pub. Darren would have been pissed. Okay, because we couldn't go to Woomera, we've gained today. We're still going to keep on our original itinerary, and yeah, instead of being a 14-day adventure, it's going to be a 13-day adventure. Unless we find somewhere that we might stay an extra day or something like that. Who knows? Who knows what lies ahead? Yeah, it's a pretty barren landscape. We got probably about 450 k's of this to go to Port Augusta. Yeah, I suppose when we get a bit closer to Port Augusta you might get a few more trees, but at the moment it's nothing but grasses and little shrubs. Amazing, isn't it? It's isolation. There's a couple of opal mines over here to the left of us. There's a few more over back that way as well. Grey nomads. I don't know if you can actually see it, but it looks like a big road train out there too, and that'll be actually on an old dirt road. I don't think there's a railway line going up this way. Well, maybe there is actually, I'm not too sure. Cattle grids. rest stop. We're only done about 40 or 50 k's, but yeah, I put the drone up because in Coober Pedy we weren't allowed to fly the drone. They got a restriction there, a restricted area because of the airport. So yeah, let's put the drone up to give you an idea of how vast it is and how big this country is. Well, I didn't even send it up very far. Yep, well, back on the road again. Okay, we got 200 k's to the next roadhouse, and we will have to fill up there because the next stretch is quite big again. So yeah, 200 k's to go, and that's just to get to the roadhouse. Oh, we'll just cruise on around about 100, 110, in between there. Nice comfortable speed. Speed limit is 110. Yeah, we've only got another 150 kilometres to get to the roadhouse, and it's in Glendambo, I think that's what it's called. But yeah, as you can see, the terrain hasn't really changed much, still same. But we have got a caravan in front of us, another grey Nomad. New Roan trades coming up the opposite way. And oversized vehicles. We've only got another 100 k's to go to get to this roadhouse. Now the landscape has changed a little bit. We've got a lot larger shrubs and a few little trees. Now it's not as barren as what it was before, but it's still pretty flat. I'm going to get this little fella off the road. Oh, he's just gone. Well done. How many more k's do you reckon? Was 10 to that Bonbon? Was it called Bonbon? What? The next rest stop? Yeah, it's about 20 k's. Oh, 20 k's. Oh, we'll stop here now. This is a landing strip. Yeah. Yeah, in case if you have an emergency, they use this bit of road to land the aeroplanes. Mainly the Royal Flying Doctors. We just had to stop there and near the runway, or not on the runway, mainly because Petros was feeling a little bit fatigued. He didn't have a good sleep last night, and he said he was more or less napping off while he was riding, which is, yeah, that's pretty scary. So yeah, we had a bit of a break and had a bit of a look around in the bush. But we've got about 100, I think it's about 100 k's to go now till we get to the roadhouse, and we can maybe get a Red Bull or something like that to freshen us up a bit, or a cold drink. I've got water, but it's not the same, is it? So I'm up front at the moment. I'm sure Darren will catch up and take over the lead, so yeah. But I think most of the way now is going to be sort of very similar to this vegetation. It's not as barren as what around Coober Pedy and all that. Bit of roadkill along here. That's one thing I have noticed. But that's, I mean, that would be obvious. I mean, you know, the trees, and yeah, no doubt there'd be a lot of wallabies and kangaroos around. Yeah, Petros is behind me. You can see him in the mirror. Not too sure if we're going to stop here, let Petros have a decent rest, or if we just keep going. Yeah, I think we'll keep going. few people there. Bon rest area. 50 k's to go. I've had enough of this road already. There's really not much happening on this road apart from the smell of death from roadkill and road trains coming the opposite way and nearly blowing you off your bike. But yeah, we're not far away now. And we're going to have to get a little top up on, because the next major fuel stop will be Port Augusta. Actually no, it's about 300 k's to Port Augusta, so yeah. I know this bike could get close to that, but yeah, I'd rather play it safe. I don't want to stand out in the middle of nowhere with no petrol. I've been caught out before on this bike. It's got a petrol gauge, but it's not accurate. It gives you an indication of when you might need fuel. So we're going to stop off at Pimba and just do a top up there. So the desert ride continues down the Stuart highway. Well, I just had a bit of a scare there actually. I was looking around at the scenery, and then when I looked in front of me, I had a fucking dead roo in front of me. I actually hit just the tail end of it, but it nearly threw me off the bike. Bloody Hart's racing. I got to drive back here from these guys. That's the problem. It's like, you know, when you get too close to the guys in front of you and stuff like that, you just can't see the roadkill. And yeah, and me just being distracted with just scanning the landscape. Yeah, I just took my eyes a couple of seconds off the road and yeah, hit a roadkill. Bloody hell. Hey, we've just done 50 k's from our last stop at Glendam Boo, or whatever it was called, I can't remember. But anyway, throughout my videos, especially out into the desert country and stuff like that, I've been recording every 50 kilometers just to see the difference in the landscape and the road surface and whatnot, unless something exciting happens along the way. So yeah, every 50 k's I think, okay, turn the camera on, chat about something, and yeah, cool. Just over here we've got a lake. It's actually a salt lake, but it's actually got water in it because they've had a fair bit of rain in the area. I think it's called Lake Hart. Hopefully Darren pulls over and yeah, we can go and check it out. It's quite amazing. There is a rest stop coming up now, so, and they did say there's a photo opportunity. Just what we want. Yeah. This is the excitement of doing these desert rides. You know, when you come across something like this, it just blows your mind. Road train on the side there. I don't know what Petros is doing. He's got his indicator on. I've got my indicator on, and Darren will. No, he's got his on as well. Well done, Darren. So yeah, this is the view area for Lake Hart. Well, at least I'm calling it Lake Hart, and it is called Lake Hart. Rest area. Perfect. And it looks impressive. If they wouldn't have had that rain the other day, that probably would be just a dry salt bed. But they had a shitload of rain last week, so in the whole area, so it's probably filled it up, and we haven't had the heat to evaporate all that water yet, so yeah. Looks impressive. apart from those rubbish bins. I'm a little bit pooped. The freight train was coming through and I could see the railway line down near the lake, so I had decided to run down there, but I just not quick enough. I should have ridden my bike down or get the drain up, one or the other. Anyway, back on the road again. I'm not too sure where we're stopping, what we're doing, but we're in the direction of Port Augusta. Just going from one plateau down to another. Wouldn't be surprised if there was a little bit of water down here, but yeah, who knows. Yep. Dried up riverbed or river or lake. Dried up lake. It looks like there's a bit of water in the distance, so it might be a bit lower over there, but who knows. Oh yeah, it is water, that's for sure. Anyway, concentrate on the road. And we've got a bridge here, and there's a bit of water under the bridge. That would be absolutely soft as going on there. Got a bit of a hill climb out of that basin up onto this plateau. I would assume it'll flatten out up the top here and the desert will continue. Looking back, you can see how it just drops off the whole level. One big giant step down into the basin and one big giant step out onto the plateau. Amazing landscape, that's all I can say. This, you know, it is boring after a while, but then in the same token, I mean, look at this. It's all barren, you know, absolutely amazing. Pimba, welcome to Pimba. We're just going to do a quick top up on fuel here, and yeah, and then get back onto the main road and off to Port Augusta. I don't know what the guys are doing. Maybe Derek doesn't need fuel, but I'm going to get some anyway. I want to be the laughing stock. There we go, Royal Australian Air Force. Oh, that's right, Woomera. That's where they did all the testing. And we've got a 6k ride out to, I think it's called Woomera, which is where they used to do all the testing for rockets and all that, not far from there, back in the 1950s and whatnot. So we're going to go and check that out, and if it's got decent enough camping, we might even stay there for the night. Apparently it's supposed to be alright. So yeah, It's a pretty barren area, and now I can understand why they did testing out here with rockets and whatnot. But it's around about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Now the next stop from here is Port Augusta, which we were hoping to make that destination, but there's still another 2 hours ride, and that's going to take us to 4 o'clock, and then we're going to have to find a place to camp. Now Port Augusta copped the rain last week, and a lot of places were damaged, you know, like shops and whatnot. So the campground might have even been affected and whatnot, so we might actually just camp here for the night, pass through Port Augusta and head off to Morgan tomorrow, which will be another big ride. But we're going to go and check this joint out and see what it's like. Woomera 5Ks. Got a museum, hotel, coffee, camping and toilets. So Woomera is a prohibited area, so we can go into the township, but anywhere else from here you can't go. The accommodation. Let's have a look. Go to the office.